Yeah, Brian. I don't know what did you feel like, or when did you feel like this game was starting to slip away, and what do you think you guys did that allowed them to get back into it after going up 2-0?
Well, I mean, look, credit to them on the first goal because that was a tremendous free kick. Uh, but certainly the start of the second half, uh, when you've got three really clear chances, because the message of the second half was to go out and find a third goal. That was the message in the second half. That we're not going to, they're down a guy. Let's push. Let's try and get the third goal. And you've got Albert's miss from the penalty spot that clanks off the left post or the right post. You've got Christian, inside. The guy blocks it on the line. You've got a ball out wide to Alex. Two guys are sliding in. We've got multiple guys in the box, and it goes past everybody. We can't score. I think in that moment in time, that's where we lost the game. But as far as my own feelings of when things were unraveling, probably came, when obviously Markonovic, scores the third goal, then it's like, well, Jesus Christ. I mean, this might not be your night. The guys fought back to get 3-3. You get two chances to win it in penalties. I mean, you could pick any one of those moments, Jeremiah. But I will say this is the toughest loss that I've experienced at this club. This one was tough because we let that slip away. You're going to look for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are going to say, we won Leagues Cup. A lot of teams would look at this season as a success. You won a trophy. But the standard at our club is games like this don't happen. And we should have been moving on. And that's on me. That's on us. We have to accept that.
All right, Miles, we'll go back to you, please.
Yeah, Brian, you gave a lot to unpack there. So let me go a different way. How much do you think the home field advantage is that a lesson for next year? Some of your players were
No,
talking about.
no, we should have beat them the first game here, and we should have beat them tonight.
And why is this such a tough loss?
Because we gave it away.
Yeah.
All right, Heather for the Seattle Times in the room there. Do you have a question for Brian?
She's busy writing.
Okay, no worries. George, we'll go your way.
Uh, Coach, I guess this is a really tough loss because you scored 7 goals. The other team only scored 4. You had 2 draws, so you never actually lost the game. I had 2 questions. One is on their goals from the set pieces. Was there something that players didn't follow, or was it that the team surprised you with their set pieces? And then the second one, for all the supporters that are nursing this defeat, what is the drink of choice that you would recommend?
People don't always have to drink to drown their sorrows. That's a bad habit.
No, it could be tea, coffee.
I've fallen in that trap many times. I'll answer your first question. The 2 set piece goals in the second half were goals that we should have done better on. You are correct in that. The long throw in, they played it short. A guy flicks it on. The guy sneaks in at the back post. Obed is supposed to be marking there. Knew who has a chance to make the play. And then on the corner kick, their player, Markonovic, actually runs from the top of the box, and we have a zone. And there should have been a player back at that back post covering that area of the field. So again, if you want my strong opinion there, you cannot, in this league, give up soft goals. And we gave 2 at home, and it didn't cost us, but we gave them 2 tonight, and it ended up costing us.
All right, reminder for media, if you have a question for head coach Brian Schmetzer, hit that raised hand function button. We're getting down to the end here. Jeremiah, back to you for follow-up, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the shootout where Andrew Thomas comes in. What was behind the decision to do that? And what did he do to his pinky? It looked like he may have broken it or dislocated it.
So it's funny that you're asking a question and not the guy that's been bothering me all week long. But I'll answer it this way. I had a conversation with Steph, and Steph is a team guy. It was a little, it was a little chink in his armor. But he said, no, let's do this. And so we were prepared. We had everything in place. But it just shows you that shootouts are 50-50. Our shooters needed to do better. We had 2 chances to win it. He dislocated his finger, and they shoved it back in, and he continued. He made a couple saves after that. So credit to Andrew for doing his part to try and help us win this game. And it's unfortunate that his last shot hit the crossbar, because normally I'm telling you this. I was thinking about putting Andrew like 6, 7, 8, because he's been lights out in training. But, again, it goes back to that. Maybe tonight wasn't going to be our night.
All right, Maz, back to you.
Yeah. Brian, you've mentioned soft goals before, even before this playoff. Uh, what's the issue? I know it's kind of hard right now, but right now, what do you think is the disconnect there?
Well, there's no disconnect, Maz. It's just guys have to make plays. Did we do enough to get enough training done? That's the first thing I'm going to ask myself. Did we do enough to give the players the tools to be successful? Did we do our jobs as coaches? Did I do my job as a head coach to make sure that everybody understood what was going to go on with long throw-ins, on corner kicks? Did we do enough in training to make sure we were prepared for a team that's, bread and butter is set pieces? And we'll go through all of that, and we'll make adjustments, and we'll try and at some point, not tonight, maybe not even 2 months from now, but we'll try and figure that out, Maz, when I'm in a better mood.
Thanks, Coach.